Fan theories are an inevitable thing to happen when a movie comes out, TV show comes out. Everyone's going to have their thoughts on it and come up with some ideas of how the world works, or even how the story came to be, or maybe what will happen in the future in the franchise. This happens with everything. However, a lot of people will take these theories and consider it canon, which causes a lot of problems. When the movie or TV show, whatever media it may be, if it doesn't allude to this certain theory that somebody has, then I don't think it's canon. And I don't think people should then consider it canon before either the next film comes out, or even consider something canon that the film wasn't even alluding to in the first place. And usually these theories have to do with trying to connect everything. Most people don't even care if it makes sense or not. Usually fan theories would consist of how a particular item in the world worked, or maybe some explanation about how a character is. There's a really sad fan theory that Charlie Brown has cancer, which is why he's sad and bald. I'm sorry about that. I have 3 dumb fan theories that I think pretty much explains what I'm talking about, where everything has to connect, and why those types of theories get really annoying. So, spoilers for the newest Hunger Games movie that just came out, but this is the most recent fan theory I've heard, and it doesn't make any sense. Everyone is theorizing that Snow and Lucy are Katniss's grandparents. To be very, very blunt, if you've watched this movie, these two never have sex. There's not enough context clues for it anyway, and not everything has to be connected. I don't know why people are trying so hard to make this a thing. Maybe everyone is so used to everything being connected in Marvel that they want to connect everything else. Like, I had seen the movie, and then that was the first thing that I saw people talking about was, oh, they might be Katniss's grandparents because she mentioned Katniss. She just mentioned a name that she thought was pretty. I don't think that means that she's either the mom or the grandparent. Plus, I don't think the story has to do with Katniss anyway. It has pretty much nothing to do with her. This has to do with Snow and his rise to power. Why does it have to connect? It doesn't have to. It can just be a side story. It doesn't have to be involved with the main character. Well, the original main character. In this movie, the main character, Snow. Why do we have to try to connect this to the, original characters? Why can't these characters just stand alone in their own movie? Which leads me to the second dumb theory that I hated. Rey is a Skywalker. This is honestly the same situation. I know this will probably piss people off, but this theory is just as dumb as the actual canon family line that Rey is, which is Palpatine. Neither of these were good. The theory wasn't good, and the actual canon storyline wasn't good either. There's no reason to have Rey connect to any of the original characters in the original trilogy or even the prequel trilogy. She could have just standed on her own as her own character without any of this. Why can't these characters be independent? Why do they have to depend on the main characters? I don't know why people pride themselves into thinking that all their Star Wars theories for the new trilogy was better than the actual story we got, but this particular theory, I didn't like at all. It's just a lazy twist. People don't want to let go of the original characters, and they don't want to actually invest into the new characters unless they have some sort of link with the old characters. Because the reason the original characters were enticing is because they were well-written characters, not because they were linked to any other, character or event that we were familiar with. We just had to get to know them. Which you can do the same thing with these characters. But the fans just didn't want to treat it that way at all. And the fans are going to influence how people perceive these movies now. Which is why we have the Pixar theory. I don't have time to explain everything about the Pixar theory. But it's the same thing where people just want everything to connect again when it truly doesn't. So, long story short, Boo from Monsters, Inc. wants to visit Sully again. So she tries to find a way to get to Sully. Long story short, she's the witch from Brave. That's where it all leads to. I'm not going to explain every single detail of this. It's way too long, way too confusing, and there's so many holes in this theory. So, the theory is that Boo becomes the witch from Brave and uses her magic to then find a way back to Sully, and then they go on to explain that the doors in Monsters, Inc. are time travel, which has been disproven already. So that then causes Boo, I hate this, and some other convoluted stuff. If you go look up this theory, you'll know why I don't like it. It's so absurd, and none of it makes any sense with the movies. I don't like this theory, and now there's Pixar fans that consider all this canon, to the point that when there's a new movie out, they're like, this supports the Pixar theory. No, it doesn't! So look, I get it's fun to make these theories about your favorite franchises and movies. Look, I get it. It's an exciting thing to talk about. I think when we overdo it with theories like these ones that I presented, we forget to enjoy the actual point of the movie. Instead of us enjoying the movie itself, we try to create a new meaning that doesn't even exist. I also don't get why, once a theory is made, a whole group acts like everyone has to accept it. So, make your theories, have fun. Just don't ruin the movie.